In a small village nestled above the mount, there was a blacksmith named Thomas. He lived a quiet life, hammering every day by the fiery red stove. Metal echoes through the valley. People say, the sword forged by Thomas Raya isn't just sharp, there is also a soul. Because in every blow, you send in not just power. Summer is a heartbeat of this village. But Thomas used to say, a steel bar that wants to harden must be refractory. A person who wants to be trustworthy is put to the test. A winter afternoon, there was an orphan boy who came to the smithy. You tattered barefoot. The face was grimy, but the eyes were bright and full of desire. Sir, you said I have no money, but I want to learn. I can do anything. Please let me stay. Thomas looked at him for a long time and nodded. If you want to learn, you must first learn how to train yourself. Because iron, if it doesn't pass through fire, is always iron. Steel. From that day the boy stayed. Early morning, when the dew is still on the roof, you've got a coal scissors tank. Hands blistering, blood and cho mixed together. But you don't complain. Thomas watched, nodding neither praise nor blame. You know there are people who just need to be given a chance. The fire in them will ignite itself. Time flies. One day a merchant came by from the capital. The carriage glowed with silk cloak, the voice sparkled. He had heard his name for a long time. I want a beautiful sword. It doesn't need to be real just to show off. I paid 3 times the normal price. Thomas raised his eyes in the fire. I don't make swords to show off. I'm just forging for people to use it to protect themselves, not to express yourself. The merchant laughed and walked away. But before I leave the door, he put back a glistening bag of gold. Talk quietly to the apprentice boy. If you forge, give me a display sword. I'll give you this bag of gold. It was only one knight who knew. Bo looks at the yellow bag, heart pounding. It's money that can help you live comfortably all year. In his head came a hazy voice. Only this time, who knows? That night, in the midst of the flickering fire, you forge a shiny sword. Beautiful to the soul, but inside the hollow gut is just a thin layer of plating on the outside. A fake sword. Nice greed. The next morning Thomas found out. He wasn't angry or screaming. Just silent. Take it out of the desk. Take out an old stained mirror. Put it in front of the bowl. He took it, he said. Every worker, sooner or later you have to look at what you've created. When I look here, you'll see clearly who you're becoming. The boy picked up the mirror in surprise. Instead of my face, you see another image, dark, distorted, wrinkled for sin. You keep the tears coming out. Master, I just want some money. You're too poor. Thomas put his hand on his shoulder. Sage but serious eyes. Poverty is not scary. Losing honesty is losing everything. Gold can buy food, but it doesn't buy back personality. The boy knelt down in tears with Cho then. That moment, a child who made a mistake has been remade, not by punishment, but with tolerance. If you ever get lost, I traded honesty for a little profit. Stop and look in the mirror inside. If this story touches a part of you, click follow. To every day, together we learn to reinvent ourselves. Life is full of temptations and challenges. Years have passed. What year did the bow become a worker? Best forging area. Thomas is old. The day he died, there was only one gift. The old mirror. Hold on to it. His words were written in trembling strokes. Whenever you doubt yourself, look here. It doesn't reflect the face, it reflects the conscience. The student burst into tears. I know you don't leave property. The real property of a worker is the mind in every blow. Many years later, that little smithy is still on fire. People are coming, not just to buy swords, but to meet a blacksmith with a strange mirror. Before receiving any order, I invite people to look in that mirror. A gentleman asked if this mirror had magic. What's wrong with that mirror? And we see that the AI that's looking at it has become quiet. And if your heart lies, there's no permission. From there, the story of the mirror of the blacksmith land. This small forging is famous throughout the Sa region. But to rediscover the real human part of themselves, people say that just stand in front of the mirror for a minute. Everyone will tremble because how many times have I betrayed my conscience for money in the name of fear? But that mirror is actually not allowed. It's just a normal mirror. But what makes people change? It's how they look at themselves. Thomas once said, "The real workman is not afraid of dirty hands. I'm afraid my heart is dirty." And maybe each of us has a mirror like that. These three mirrors sometimes open because of the dust of time, for greed, for fear, for times of weakness. But if only I could wipe it once, I will see the light in my own eyes. The most precious thing in life is not gold. It's not a name. It's an honest heart. Dare to look straight and live what you believe.